Good morning. Good morning. This morning I was just kind of talking with the Lord about some things. And one of them is just business in general. My business is not ordinary like other people. I don't know. In that I go around and I help people, I connect people with places to either get money or put their money. The choice is always theirs. I don't give them any advice, legal, financial, or anything like that. I just say, hey, somebody told me about this. Here's a deal. If you want to invest in it, let me know and I'll make the connection. That's pretty much what I do. And, but I was talking with the Lord because there's a meeting that I go to, and it seems like every time I go to a meeting, I start off there, and I tell people, that I'm the money lady because that's what I've been called, is the money lady. She's the money lady. She's the money lady. It's like because I have so many lenders and that I work with, so I can pretty much connect people with the right lender if they need funding that way. Anyway, I was talking with the Lord about it because last night I looked on a meeting I was supposed to go to tomorrow night, but my granddaughter is graduating kindergarten, and one of the sponsors is another lender. I'm like, I had that opportunity and I missed it. Why did I miss it? And everywhere I have gone ahead and presented myself as a lender, now there's other people. Oh, she's there. Let's go there. That's kind of what it feels like. And I'm like, there's something about this that that there's a connection I'm missing. Am I complaining? No, I'm not complaining. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm complaining because I want to be the only one. But you know what? There's enough fish in the sea that everybody could fish at least once and still have plenty to go back the next day and every day. So what am I worried about? And God, it just keeps talking to me about rest. I've read this poem to y'all written by Graham Cook many times, and I'm going to read this part again because this is what he's been talking to me about this morning. Rest and identity. So the first part of it, and I'm going to read it the way I read it this morning because it relates to me. Christy, walk in my footsteps, live in my shoes. And I'm like, Lord, I was saying, Lord, I just want to keep going and going and going. He said, I want you to rest. Receive everything simply trusting. Just receive everything. Just simply trust me. Trust me to take care of you. Trust me that I've already got your future handled. Trust me. I want you to rest. I want you to quit striving in your business. Quit striving in your home life. Quit striving in your relationships. Quit striving to get ahead and to know your future when I'm saying just enjoy the right now. I have a 2021 Can-Am Spyder. It's the most amazing machine I've ever had. And I get on and I ride it. And when I first started writing, it was not about the journey, it was about the destination. And that tells me something about myself. I'm so programmed in my life about the destination that I forget to enjoy the journey, walk in my footsteps, enjoy the journey. If when we were children, m- we would get behind somebody, and I still would do this. I do this to both my husbands. It was really kind of funny. They didn't like it, but I thought it was funny. But I would get behind them, and as they walked, took a step, I would take a step. And, kids will play that game but you can't go any faster when you're walking in somebody's footsteps. You can't go any faster than the person in front of you. You just can't. So for me to walk in his footsteps, I can't go any faster than what he's going. And if the Lord is saying, "Hey, we're going to stop here for a while. We're going to rest. We're going to receive everything simply trusting, REST." Then that's what I need to do. In my business, I have a lot of I have well, for me, it's a lot of deals. But I have several deals that are out and about. And I was talking with some of my investors that are the owners of the deals, and two of them said, "Hey, I've already got somebody for that. Hey, I've already got somebody for that." And I'm like, "Yay!" And I'm thinking, I'm excited for you, but that's lost income for me. But then I just heard the Lord say, "But I can make it up to you." And when He makes it up to me, it's a lot better than anything I had planned. And so I'm like, okay. But one of those investors said, "But I'm still going to pay you for it." Yes, that's the way it's supposed to be. That is exactly the way that it's supposed to be. I'm walking in God's footsteps. I can't go any faster than Him. I have talked about being yoked. To be yoked with somebody is like two oxen or two animals together, and one they used to put an old and a young one together so that the older one could teach the younger one how to walk together, how to do this. And I was reminded of this just now. It's like you can't go any faster than them, than the one that you're yoked with. I'm yoked with the Lord. I am going forward with Him. And so I'm walking in His footsteps. I can't go any further than the footstep in front of me, because until He takes a step, I can't take a step. And that requires rest. And the means so many things. It doesn't necessarily mean to just, like, I'm sitting here, my body is sitting in a chair, so it is resting. Is my mind? No. My mind, sometimes it goes so fast, I just have to say, "Stop, pause," and then take it one thought at a time. And then as I do that, I find that I can go and do more and more because I'm resting then. There are so many times in my life that the Lord has said, rest. And I'm like, okay, but I want to, nope, rest. But I want to rest. And it is work to rest. Hebrews 4, I believe, talks about there's a rest that remains. I've got my Bible right here. There's a rest that remains for us. And if we'll just surrender to that rest, yeah. When we surrender to that rest, things will be better. It is okay. If only today you would listen to his voice and do not harden your heart. Now, okay, this is Hebrews 4 8, I think. This is now, if this promise of rest was fulfilled when Joshua brought the people into the land, God wouldn't have spoken later of another rest yet to come. There is a rest still to come in our lives. So we conclude that there is still a full and complete rest waiting for believers to experience. As we enter into God's faith rest life, we cease from our own works, just as God celebrated his finished work and rests in them. So then, we must give out all and be eager to experience this faith rest life, so that no one falls short by following the same pattern of doubt and unbelief. I think, okay, so here it is. He's talking about there's a rest that we have to enter into. And that rest is one that's like what he said at the last, so that we don't fall into that old pattern of doubt and unbelief. I have to stop my running to get things done and just pause, walk in his footsteps. It's like being in a car and you got somebody in front of you and you're just trying to, and there's everything's around you and you can't move and you just want to go and just, would you just get out of my way? And God's saying, no. He told me years ago when I was on my spider riding through the Smoky Mountains, he said, go your speed limit and stay in your lane. I'm like, but this is the fun part where you can go fast and go your speed limit and stay in your lane. And all day long, that particular day, he kept saying, go your speed limit, stay in your lane. Because if I would go, it was when I would go a degree, 1 degree faster or 1 degree slower, go your speed limit. There's a purpose. He had a plan. I didn't know what his plan was, but he knew what his plan was. And his plan was my divine appointment was going to be at I believe it was a Burger King in Winchester, Tennessee. And if I went too fast, I would miss him. I'd get there way before that person did. If I went too slow, I would have missed him. He would have left and I would have never met him. But God had something for that person that day. So all day long, I'm like, go your speed limit, stay in your lane. And it's an exercise of not just your spirit, but of your mind and of your body. It's an exercise of the whole person to walk in his footsteps, live in his shoes. That day, his shoes just happened to be 3 wheels going down a highway, and it was awesome. But today, his footsteps are just stop, listen, go. Take a step. There are times in our lives when we have to take a stop in faith and then listen and then take that step, just that one step, because that's all he took. That's all he takes, is that one step. So I get to walk in his footsteps, live in his shoes. It is a much more peaceful way than being boxed in cars and striving to get somewhere. Yesterday, I talked with a lady, and she's like, I just want to go, 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 go. And I've been go, 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 going until this past weekend. And she went on some kind of retreat, and they said, you just got to stop. You're not meant to push through everything. We're told too much in our businesses and a lot of the coaching and things that are on the internet now. You gotta strive, you gotta push hard, you gotta keep going. And God saying, no, you don't. No, that's just noise. That's noise. Get rid of the noise. Pause. Pause, Christy. Walk in my footsteps. Live in my shoes. Sometimes when people pass, and their kids come along, they are told, wow, you've got some mighty big shoes to fill. No, you don't. You don't owe those people anything. You owed them love. God has footsteps for you to walk in. His, not somebody else's. He has you, your identity, for you to live in his shoes. Your identity is in him. So walk in his footsteps, live in his shoes. It's so much easier when we do that than it is to try to live up to someone else's expectation, only to disappoint yourself, and then ultimately to find out at the end of the road, they didn't have that expectation of you. That was a lie that you believed. Stop believing the lies about what your identity is and what you're supposed to be doing. Walk in his footsteps. Live in his shoes. So I bless you today in the name of Jesus. I pray this helps you to know what you're supposed to do. Stop trying to figure out your future and just live in the now and enjoy the journey. In the name of Jesus. Thank you. Bye.